Sorry, my dog was barking. But so Shiva is the god of creation and destruction. And I know it mentioned Kali, who is like more a warrior god, um, about death and war and destruction. But anyway, so yeah, so it's really like the Tower card, which is about things being torn down to rebuild the new. So then I also got archangels Mallory, Uriel, and Michael with an angel of love and a spirit, and it's from the Diana Cooper deck. It's the number 9, which we already got, I think. Oh no, we didn't get that yet in this reading, sorry. This orb opens you to the desire to access your past life wisdom, the protection to do so, and the wisdom to use it for your ascension pathway. You have much knowledge and wisdom locked in your soul, and your guidance is to still your mind and give yourself time and space to connect with it. Use it for your own illumination and drop nuggets of truth into the hearts and minds of others for the greater good of all. So something about your healing maybe right now is having to do with letting go of the past, letting go what was falling away, let it fall away. And also, that you have wisdom to help others. And that it says here that it's locked in your soul. So like, it's probably like intuitive. We got the number 9 on that card, and 9 can also be about compassion, in numerology, about deep interiority that brings an understanding of humanity. So that might be something that's coming up with your healing. We also got the Unity card from what is her name? I'm blocking it out. Doreen Virtue, because she switched to being a crazy Christian. So this is the number 5, which is about change in the body, and do the right thing for the right reason. Compare traditional versus new approaches to see which works for you. A spiritually minded community. So, yeah, there could be something about like your health that has to do with like integrity, like, and change. Like maybe you're having trouble with change, and that is like making you feel out of your own integrity in some way. Yeah, so the traditional and the new, like, they're different sides of the same coin, because we're all just doing the best we can with what we have. So tradition is like we're learning from the people from the past, like our parents and our grandparents. But then again, they were raised, at least my generation and my grandparents were raised in like war times. Like my grandmother grew up during World War II, and my parents were young they were teenagers during the 60s and the 70s. They were like, hippies during Vietnam. So anyway, I do come out of that mentality of the tradition of people who grew up during kind of really highly anxious times. And you probably do too. So what I think that, and also the Great Depression, like that's a lot of our grandparents / great grandparents. Like, so just that anxiety, we were like raised with that discipline, which is a little more, and now it's like, we don't really need maybe that extreme war-torn consciousness that like got so many generations through stuff. But it does serve us in some ways, but also the newer approaches like could be different and more, you could be someone who brings change to your family line. Yeah. Okay, so I also got the 4 of Winter from the Doreen Virtue. It says, set aside your concerns for now. You can make a decision later. Solutions that come from meditation, the need for more sleep or vacation. So yeah, there's just stuff about hibernation for you. We are coming up on the pagan harvest that's coming up. You know, is the harvest comes at the end of the work. So and then you know there's like after when the summer's over, there's the going into more rest. So you may be at a time where you're about to like have a harvest, but it's maybe subconscious. Like the more that you take care of yourself and your energy levels can raise, the more you're able to heal. For a number about stability and foundation. We also got 4 of Autumn. Manage your resources wisely. So I see this as sequential because I really shuffled the cards that we're getting 4s, and then we're getting Autumn and Winter. Manage your resources wisely, achieve a balance in how you spend and save money, help those who are less fortunate. So yeah, like I was driving today down this alley that I usually don't go down as a shortcut, and I saw like a bunch of like homeless people doing drugs actually. And I was thinking like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad for these people that are like sort of stuck in this situation. But then I also was suddenly realized like how fortunate I am, even though all of us have, you know, thoughts of lack and moments where we're in poverty consciousness, because that's part of just being human, I think. But you know, so this card is about helping those who are less fortunate. So like you need to achieve balance for stability, like with yourself. Maybe you're like a binge spender, or like maybe you don't spend at all. And then maybe, you know, like just seeing someone who's really in need of help, or helping someone who's in need, could like really ground you. 10 of Autumn. Take steps to ensure the financial security of your children or loved ones. Make wise investments for planning for retirement. Honoring family traditions. There's a lot about like family, and also that we're in the Cancer season right now. And we had the tradition card before. Take steps. So like, yeah, so there's something about your money that is really about your family and the people you love. Like, so maybe planning. The 10 is about the completion and also unity. So maybe there's like strategic. Also, the 10th house is about being seen in the world. So like maybe how you're seen in the world. Maybe it has to do with your family. That could be an aspect of how you achieve. And then we also got 6 of Winter. Positive changes are on their way. A welcome relief from troubled times. Traveling or relocating. So, yeah, a lot of these cards were about autumn and winter. So, and we keep mentioning the harvest that we're coming up on. There's something about like planning that's happening right now. So like maybe you're in a mode where you're like, maybe you have like an allotted amount of money, or you're on like a fixed income, or you have some financial hurdle coming up. So like this is a time to like really plan and be like balanced in how you're using your resources, because there are good things coming to you though. Like you may be moving, or you may be, you know, maybe going somewhere could open your mind. But yeah, like releasing resistance, that is going to allow, like, it's hard because you are being called to like be strategic and plan your money moves right now, but like the other side of that is really allowing and like really letting go of how it's gonna come together. Okay, so I also pulled some cards from my Golden Girls Tarot. I got Page of Pentacles, and I got the Ten of Pentacles. So there could be like an opportunity that you are being offered by a person, or like maybe an idea that you're like propositioning, or someone's propositioning to you that has to do with finances. There is like something about like, you know, there can be fulfillment financially here, and like you could be supporting others with this money. And this is something about how this comes about, this like opportunity or this financial wealth, really, which is the Ten of Pentacles, is going to come about with communicating. This is spiritual communication, and it's swift communication. It could literally be like your spirit guides, or like guardian angels, or passed on relatives, ancestors that are guiding you, you know, giving you subconscious cues to where you're supposed to go. But I also see this as a literal communication. Someone could be like emailing you, or like just asking, or this could mean that you need to communicate with others to allow this opportunity to come about. But I see this as a natural spiritual communication that you're going to be compelled to do, to engage within. This is the Page of Cups. So also a transformative communication here with the 8. So this is like there may be like a youthful love energy, like maybe like something about your healing and this like financial opportunity that's communication related. Maybe it has to all do with like a young innocence within yourself, or creativity. Like maybe you're really artistic and there's something that you can offer others with your skills. And this could also be intuitive skills. Knight of Swords, there's something about like rushing into situations that could serve you, like just, you know, because when it's reversed, I see it as a negative, clumsy. But when it's upright, there's could be like something about just really going for it in a situation. And this is like a mental engagement, and this could also be a person like that is like engaging in a quest with you. I see the knights as going on these quests. Nine of Pentacles, this is you as an individual on their own, as the 9 is about hermithood and inner expansion. This is you prospering financially, able to support yourself, able to stand on your own. This is also the Wheel of Fortune. So like there's a karmic aspect here, a healing aspect with getting what you deserve. And it also has to do with knowing that you deserve it. Maybe you are in the past someone who really had problems with self-esteem and like didn't, and had trouble letting in abundance. So this also has to do with speaking your truth here. Maybe there's a situation there you were called to speak your truth, and there's a healing that's happening in your body, in the electromagnetic field around you, that is attracting abundance now. I'm going to pull a couple more cards. Pull a card from my Mother Peace Tarot. Nope. Okay, I got the Son of Discs reversed. So okay, so he may have given up before trying. Perhaps he doesn't know what to aim at. He doesn't have the inner confidence or trust to really focus on what he wants, and cannot use his ability to accomplish his goals. So there may be goals that you have that like you don't feel that you have the confidence to do, and so you just like, maybe you're someone who like starts something and then just like says, I can't do this, what's the point of doing this? So there's a lot about confidence in this reading. And we are, I keep mentioning that we're in the sign of Cancer, because, well, Cancer is one of the younger signs, so it's a baby. It's about the young feelings. I becoming aware of feelings. So there could be something about being youthful, that your childhood where you had low confidence. So yeah, we also got the Seven of Wands to the left. Okay, she is not willing to take a stand, not as willing to take a stand, and may still be forming her ideas or truth. Yeah, so there may have been situations, generally the Seven of Wands is about a spiritual conflict. So there may have been a situation where like you kind of took a stand, but you like also were like, well, these people aren't gonna get it, or you know, it's hard. What is that, like pick your battles? Maybe you had a pick your battles situation where you realized like your healing isn't about revealing to these people how awful they are or whatever it is. You know, that, and I don't think that ever is our healing. Our healing is not about others. Maybe it's useful or helpful to explain something, you know, in a conflict, or like engage in that way, but like it's not our job to like direct people to morality. I don't know if that makes sense. We can only do that in living our lives the best we can. That's how we can show others. So I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, so I also got the Ace of Cups. Upright, she loves herself. She may be falling in love with someone else, and hearts are opening. Yeah, so there was that King of Wands figure that we got before. So there could be like something about your healing that has to do with really with self-love and with love of another person that is like opening you up. I'm going to do the spell casting oracle cards, and then I think we're gonna call it a day. So I got willpower. Yes, okay, so we were getting 8s at one point, which can have to do with willpower. It's 8th house. Let's see what it says. Okay. Let's see. Your impulsive behavior invites temptation in, and you cannot resist being enticed. The motto, "Life's too short," has attracted all sorts of attention, as well as some naughty behavior. And in the past, you found that trouble has followed you. It's time to put that behind you now, as you take responsibility and grow up. Instead of giving in to temptation, determine whether or not you are being lured for your highest good. A test of strength of character is required to conquer a lazy attitude. Focus and willpower will keep you from destruction, leading you to a resolution and a firmness of purpose. Spell incantation. Write your temptations on separate pieces of paper and put them in an empty bottle. Light a black candle on a Tuesday at dusk, during a dark moon, and say, "Giving way to strong temptation could result in altercation. Stop. Ignore that urge to itch. Impulsive inclination ditch. Go within and call on strength. Determination grows in length. Paper put in bottle. Sealed with black candle. Craving healed. Let the flame burn down the hour. Harnessing required willpower. Place the candle in the neck of the bottle and let it burn for an hour. Relight if temptation gets in the way. Now say, gratefully I accept the magic of you, a protection to assist in all that I do. Lend me the courage, build power in me. Assist my transcendence, so let it be." Magical meanings. An addiction is out of control. Seek professional help. Consider healthy eating and exercise. Don't give in. Determination will see you through. You're nearly there. I feel like that's the last card of this deck, actually, which I feel like is interesting because we kept getting the 10s, which is really about completion. I feel like there's something about your willpower, maybe has to do with like self-hate, like, or maybe like, maybe like there's someone who like knows your weaknesses and is like playing with you in some capacity, and it's hard, you know, when we're close with others, we become aware of like all the idiosyncrasies of their personality and who they are. So it's like maybe someone who knows you really well is like pushing you. And it takes a lot of willpower to not get in the ego and to remain, because there is an ego, of course, we all have an ego, you can't escape it. But for example, to become a meditator takes willpower. Just like quitting any addiction takes willpower. To become dedicated to light takes willpower. So I hope this helps you. There's so much here about healing, self-love. I do want to read one last thing, and it's, I think we got the number 4 before anyway, which is about stability. I'm going to read from The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz. I'm just going to read one excerpt. Your whole life is nothing but a dream. You live in a fantasy where everything you know about yourself is only true for you. Your truth is not the truth for anyone else, and that includes your own children or your own parents. Just consider what you believe about yourself and what your mother believes about you. She can say she knows you very well, but she has no idea who you really are. You know that she doesn't. You can believe that you know your mother very well, but you don't have any idea who she really is. She has all those fantasies in her mind that she never shared with anyone else. You have no idea what is inside her mind. So then it goes on, talks about how we can really never know someone in a lot of ways. So in the Corinthians, when it says love is kind, love is patient, love is kind, gives a list of all the things love is. And it's funny because in our relationships, I feel like it's not so much that we know each other. Like, we don't really have a map or like a training manual that comes with the people we love, but we know love. And that's like the human connection. We can only know each other so well. We can only share so much, because so much of what we are, we're maybe not even conscious of. So it's, how can we give some PowerPoint of who we are when maybe we don't even know? So anyway, what I'm saying, it's not so much the disguises, the masks we wear in our lives. It's more becoming in the consciousness of love. That is how we know ourselves and how we know others, because everything else is just not real. So yeah, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day. If you are interested in a reading, you can look below, and all my info is there. Thanks so much. Have a great day.